Kalal Wahawadla, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Hashem Kwakudash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Remember the Manat Zach once again, saying Shalom. Here with a real quick video. You know, I'm reading through some articles, I came across this one today. I just said I will bring it over with a precept, because I mean, we've been knocking on it. As the elders say, we keep knocking on it, Yeah, so let's say, you know what, I'll do a quick video on it, you know. Right, so the article is from the Interpreter. It says de-dollarization shifting power between the US and BRICS. Will a new global reserve currency threaten the greenback supremacy? The short answer is yes. Right? It says there has been increasing talk of the BRICS nations developing a new currency that will rival the US dollar as the global reserve standard. This month, which is August, the leaders of BRICS will meet in South America. I think this is from the 22nd to the 24th of this month, I believe. The meet in South Africa, Salakia, for further discussions on the matter. Growing pressure for a new global currency comes after continued weaponization of the US dollar. Yeah, in the form of sanctions and trade wars. Many currencies are seeking greater independence from the US financial system. But what makes the US dollar today's world reserve currency? So as they say in the article here, many countries are seeking greater independence from the US financial system because why they backed on that? They're not backed on any, not backed by anything. They're not backed by gold or, whereas BRICS will be back in their own by actual, it will be worth something, Yeah, I think, yeah. That is all I wanted from this article. Going down, it have a lot of good meat going down, but there is just where I wanted to get at. Should I could read going down. It say, following the end of the Second World War, the Allies gathered anointed the US dollar as the world's principal reserve currency. It was pegged against gold at an exchangeable rate of $35 an ounce. However, in 1971, the dollar was decoupled. Oh, why am I reading so retarded? Slovakia. Decoupled due to insufficient US gold reserves, rendering the dollar fiat money, meaning fake money. A few years later, US Secretary of State Henry Kissinger visited King Faisal of Saudi Arabia to broker the petrodollar system. The United States agreed to provide military support. In return, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries would denominate oil globally in US dollars. This created a synthetic demand. Countries buying oil would need US dollars, which in turn enabled US dollar primacy. Yeah. So that is how they end up as the world, let me say the world currency then. Yeah, that's how they end up the top dollar. Let's say, however, the dollar dominance may be coming to an end in 2021. Saudi Arabia and Russia signed a military cooperation agreement. The United States was no longer the sole protector of the Saudi kingdom. Moreover, at this year's World Economic Forum in Davos, Saudi Arabia's Finance Minister Mohammed Al-Jadaan announced the country was open to trading in other currencies in addition to the US dollar, something they haven't done in nearly 50 years. The signals of de-dollarization will emerging. Yeah. So what it's saying here is they're moving away from using the US dollar, a fiat currency. Right. So let me just jump in Book of Isaiah real quick. You know, as I say, it's a short video. Just wanted to bring out the article really. You know, it's a Isaiah 14 and 13. It say, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into the heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of power. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Messiah, like the pride, you know, thinking they'll be like the Messiah. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall not really look upon thee and consider thee, say, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Yeah, is this the man, right? These are the people who the law was once ruling with no actual backing. It was, you know, these are the people who currency was on top with, you know, with was literally had a land dream. The selling had a land dream, you know. Now the money literally not worth anything. These wasn't the people. This wasn't the capital of the world, you know. Verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Yeah. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. Yeah, because why they turning back to their own people now? They want nothing to do with America. Yeah. Ah. And yeah, that basically it, you know. This is a real short video. You know what? Let me do this. Let me grab one more piece. 3 and 10. I think this relevant. This relevant. Right now. Right. Jolteon, it's a beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah. Because why? Because all the nations that were smaller, you understand, they gathering together because it was weak, but now they're strong. You understand? Strong in terms of the currency, the assets, the weapons. You understand? So when you think you could sanction them, as this article say, when you think you could weaponize the money against them and put sanctions on them, you forget that we go trade in this currency. And right now they're coming up with their own currency that backed by gold. So you know what? Fire for that. I basically what they're saying. You understand? So let the weak say I am strong. Yeah, these other smaller nations who used to take advantage of, you can't take advantage of them no more. Yeah. So what I was saying, Kalalal Wadlaya Hawba Shami Washaiba Shamukakudash, double honors once again to the apostles and elders at GMS that rule and teach well, peace and salutations to the four corners, to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. I'm Brother Monatazak saying Shalom. Hope the video was edifying to the spirit and power of Basham Yoshai.